What are we doing on the roof? Liz.
Is there a fire escape around here or something that we can use to get out?
What the hell are you doing? And why is there blood on your clothes? Liz.
It's quicker than the stairs. And besides, all the doors are locked anyway. This is the only way out of here. The only escape. Let's both jump. It won't hurt, you'll see.
Uh-oh. Liz, you don't want to do that, I don't think.
This is a bad idea. Calm down and we'll talk.
I've made up my mind. I need to end this suffering now. Besides, I have no one to live for anyway. No one ever listened to me. No one ever cared.
I listened. You're a nice girl. You have your whole life ahead of you.
You listened. Did you really?
Of course I did. You talk a lot, but I've always been a good listener. I liked talking to you.
So do you remember that story then? The one I told you the other night? The one about the woman in A&E?
Okay, so here, it does make a difference a bit later in this chapter whether or not you answer these correctly. So I believe this was about the woman smoking and burning up in the bed.
Yeah, she smoked a cigarette and burned in bed.
Okay, you have listened. Maybe you're right. Or maybe it was just a blind guess. But I must jump anyway. I have no choice.
Wait! Please stop and think for a second.
Did you not hear what I said? I have no choice.
Yes, you do. You can choose to come back inside with me, and we'll just forget this like it never happened, okay?
Do you remember that other thing I told you? I'm sure I told you about my flatmates. Did I tell you what one of them does for a living? I bet you don't remember that.
Alright, so she said one of her flatmates was another nurse, and she believed the other one was a stripper.
She's a stripper.
Yes. Or at least that's what I think she is. You've listened. I just wish other people did.
I'm sure they do. It can't be that bad.
What do you know? Why do you care anyway?
I don't want you to make the same mistake I did.
I thought you of all people knew how it feels. When you're trapped, and you can't trust anyone.
Look, I'm sure there must be someone who cares about you.
My colleagues don't care, my family don't care, even my fucking boyfriend never cared. He said he needed to go find himself. Did I tell you when he broke up with me?
Ah, yes. On Valentine's Day.
On Valentine's Day.
Yes. Valentine's Day. You and I could have been good friends, you know. You really listened to everything I said after all. I'll be back. When you need help, I'll be there, Susan. But right now, it's time for me to let go.
No! After that, I went back. I tried telling people about Liz, but they all thought I was crazy again and didn't believe me.
And you were absolutely sure you saw Liz jump off this building?
You know, it doesn't matter. I just want to finish this and get some fresh air.
Susan, I know Liz well. She wouldn't do something like that. As a matter of fact, I saw her this morning. She's fine. I'd like you to come with me and see her. Say hi. Make sure she's alright.
Stop treating me like I'm crazy. Fine, I'll go. I don't even care that much anyway. The door is locked?
I plan ahead, Susan. I had a feeling in my gut, and my gut's never wrong. I feel like I really got to know you, though. I'm very sorry you've had such a difficult life. I like your green eyes and your sleek cheekbones. You're a clever girl, Susan, but the sadness has poisoned you for too long. There is no coming back from it. For what it's worth, I would have let you go if it wasn't for Liz.
So, my guess is that we're back into the land between the living and the dead. And I'm going to save my game here really quick because I think there's a part coming up that I want to make sure I get right. So, just save it here really quick. Alright. There's that crow again, so that's another indication that we're back in the world of the dead. Cord. Examine it. Wonder what it does. Well, we can't go any more that way, so I guess we'll try it out.
Nasty Dr. X.
Who are you?
I am the Crow, of course. I will get you out of here. Unless Susan wants to stay. I thought so. There are two doors leading out of this place. One of them will simply take Susan back to where she belongs. But behind the other one, there is a great reward for her. It's something she always wanted. Something she longs for every single day.
Where are those doors? I can't see them.
Just walk back to the right side of the stage. Ideally, Susan can't miss them.
I wonder if this is a reference to the movie The Crow. Of course, where it's the crow which allows a person to come back from the dead in order to seek out revenge against the person who killed them. Ugh.
Does Susan like my girls? I knew she would.
Whatever they are, tell them to stop staring.
But they are here to guide Susan. They are the guardians of the doors. They know which door she should enter to get her rewards. But there is one problem.
There's always a problem. I'm not even surprised. Which door should I go through?
I will leave that to Susan's own best judgment. But this might be her only chance to find what she had lost. Waste it. And Susan will never get it back. Susan has one question. And she can only ask one of them. She must use it wisely.
Fine, I can do that. But what's the catch?
It's very simple. One of my girls always tells the truth, while the other one always lies.
And I'm guessing you can't tell me which is which?
It's something I've forgotten myself a long time ago, Susan. Well, does it really matter? One question is all Susan needs to find the right door.
I like the visualization there. Now, I actually recall this same problem with the movie The Labyrinth. Some of you about my age will probably remember that movie. So I'm going to see if I can figure it out. I actually can't remember if I got it right last time or not. Let me examine really quick. Wish you'd stop staring at me. See if we poke it.
That'll teach you to stop staring, you horrible, ugly doll.
Anything different over here? We can insult it.
You're just an ugly, disgusting, disfigured, foul, hideous thing.
No reaction, apparently. Alright, so let's ask. Let's see. Which door should I enter? Which door takes me to the reward? Which one goes back to the world? Is the door to the left the one I should open? Is the right? All those first four questions are actually the same thing, really. So let's see, which door? So is this one. Will I get a reward? Which door would you enter to get to the reward? Which door should I not enter? It's a big logic puzzle here. Let's see. So I think referring to the other doll is what we want. So let me see if I can reason this out. If we ask this question, is the other doll a liar? If we're asking the person who is lying, well, actually, that's not going to help us because that doesn't get us to the door. So what if this one were to ask? Which door would the other doll point me to? If this is the doll who is telling the truth, then she would correctly say that the other doll would point out a certain door, and that door presumably would be the one that we don't want. So then we take the other door. If this doll is the lying doll, then the door that this doll indicates is the one that the truthful doll would indicate is the one to go, and so we would want to go to that one. So actually, I'm trying to find an answer where it doesn't matter what they say, it would give us the correct answer, but I'm not sure if that's the one that would do it. Let's see, because I think definitely these other questions of which door is right would be different, depending on whether it's the truthful one or the not truthful one. What if it was the door that I should not... I think it has to be this one. I just need to reason it out better, I think.
Which door would the other doll point me to?
Okay. Yeah, so you see, you can't interact with the dolls anymore. So if she's lying, then this is the door that the other doll would point me to, and this would be the door that the truthful doll would be pointing to, and so that's the door that I want to take. If she's the truthful doll, yeah, so if she's the truthful doll, then the lying doll would tell us to go here, and then we'd still want to take this one. I think that's it. So we want to go to the one that is not lit up.
Is this supposed to be my reward? Flowers? I hate flowers! You lied to me! You lied.
I'm suspicious about all this blackness around me.
If you really think there will be anything precious waiting for you here, look at the lovely roses. Just like everything else in the room. They just turn into ash.
I'm assuming that was the quote-unquote reward. Although it's just shoving something she doesn't like in her face again. We remember this place. And if we need to do what we did again, we need to blow out one of these candles. Since I started on this side, I guess I'll just continue. Same description as before. Ugh. Something's around here. Body bag. It's a hospital body bag. Can I go this way? No. I don't want to open it, but I guess I have to. Open it.
You treacherous, dirty bastard. I opened my heart to you, and you stabbed me to death in cold blood. You'll pay for this. I swear you will. But this means the old woman was right. I can't die. I'm immortal. I think it's time to find out how very mortal you are, Doctor.
Alright, so, as Susan just pointed out, this is her, I guess you call it her super ability. Although from the way she was screaming, she can certainly still feel pain. Makes you wonder right now if she's feeling the pain of being stabbed even though she can't die, which is kind of horrible to think about. All kinds of body bags here. He brings his victims down here in hospital body bags. So it looks like we found our first, what the old woman referred to as parasite. We have a suicide note here. It's the suicide note I wrote. Why would he put it up on the wall? Yeah, so she starts reading it. It's basically the same as the intro. The room is padded, so this appears to be a place that may be originally designed for people who had some kind of insanity where they were trying to hurt themselves. We have an iron bar here stuck into one of the bodies. A piece of sharp iron bar is stuck in the girl's chest. So now we have that. Examine. It's a sharp iron bar I found stuck in the dead body of a girl. I could use it as a weapon if only I could make it longer. I need to find a way to extend it. We have a corpse down here. Another unlucky victim of the killer. This one looks like she's been dead for a long time. So, this must be where he's storing the bodies. An old rusty door. It wasn't even locked. Well, of course, I'm not a prisoner here. He thought I was dead. You should never take things for granted, Doc, because this might just be the biggest mistake you've ever made. I'm inclined to agree. And we hear screaming in the background, which means at least one other victim here is still alive. If I don't find anything else, maybe I can use this chair as a weapon. Maybe not. Lucky I didn't sit in it. Still, this wooden leg might be of some use. Just needs to have a bit of an edge to it. Another door. Oh. We have some soap. There is an old bar of soap in one of the shelves. Look at it. It's an old dry bar of soap. Now it smells only of dust and dirt. But we do have a sink here. So I guess we could turn it on and make it usable again. It's covered in lather now. Might be useful for something, I guess. We have a saw blade here. Looks very sharp. Be very careful when you walk around with that, Susan. Although I'm not sure why I'm giving her that advice since she can't die. Lady with an ermine? I guess how you'd say that? Looks really gruesome. Examine body. This body is quite badly decomposed already. While real art lasts forever, doctors' models will soon rot and fall apart. That stick man. How do you manage... That sick man, sorry. How did he manage to hide all this madness? Very good question. So he's setting up portraits, I guess maybe portraits that are based on real works of art, but he's setting them up with dead bodies. Ugh. Examine the doll. I guess he couldn't get a hold of an ermine, so he used this creepy baby doll instead. Well, thank heavens for small, I guess, I wouldn't say miracles, but small reliefs, that it's not an actual dead baby there. I think all things are bad enough here without having something like that. So it's just a baby doll, so we can take the actual head of the doll if we want. I could probably find some use for this. Again, adventurer's logic there. Danger sign. It seems this place has been closed down a long time ago. One day, when they eventually demolish it, all the evidence will get buried deep under piles of rubble. This looks like the doctor's thought of a lot, how to cover his tracks. We have a door, a key, and Liz. Doesn't necessarily look like she jumped. God, it's Liz. But it's impossible. I spoke to her last night. I tried to stop her from jumping, and yet here she is, stuck on a metal rod. Looks like she's been dead for a lot longer than that. Oops, sorry, I missed that last part. What happened then? Was it just a dream? Am I really going crazy? Or was she really there, just already dead? And that's the question. Did Susan get led out by Liz's ghost? Her pockets are empty. Let's take her down so that at least she's not a display. Oh. Let's see, can we do that? Let me see, take down. There we go. I hope at least you will find some peace in death. So that gives us another piece. Yeah, iron bar. Examine. It's a short iron bar. Look at the baby doll's head. Creepy doll's head. It's got a hole at the bottom where it was attached to the torso. And pretty standard for a doll head. A circular saw blade could be used as a weapon. So it looks like we have a lot of possibilities here. Now this, I believe, is the difference. So let's have a look here. This must be the only way out of here. Locked door. So the door is locked, but we see here is a key. Examine it. What? A key to this prison right next to the door? Would the doctor be stupid to just leave it here? I hear a sound there. So, does this key actually fit the lock? And it does. I'm safe here for a moment. There we go. So if we try to go through the door.
I can leave now and forever forget about this place and Dr. X. I have my own problems. I'm not cut out to bring murderers to justice. I've got the key. It's clearly been left here for me to find. Was it Liz who did it? If it really was her, it's clear she would have wanted me to leave. If she'd planned a revenge, surely she would have left me a fucking gun instead. On the other hand, this man is a serial killer. He murdered a lot of women. He murdered me. He will carry on killing if I don't put a stop to it. And I'm pretty sure none of those brain-dead idiots upstairs will believe my story. Just like when I told them about Liz on the roof. They'll never take my word over the doctor's. I'm just a fucked up loser to them. But the screaming. He's got someone in there. His next victim. It's probably too late to save her, but what if it isn't? I told the old lady I'm not a killer. Maybe I'm wrong. I've never tasted vengeance before. Not like this. What if it feels good? It's time to decide. Do I stay and fight? Or leave and carry on with my life like all this never happened?
And indeed, you can do either one. If you leave, she will just leave, and the story will continue pretty much the same, I believe. Although, again, I'm not exactly 100% sure if this affects the ending or not. But, given all of the arguments that she presented, it seems perhaps, I won't say the right choice, because it's hard to say right or wrong in a situation like this, but perhaps the choice that's better for her and any other future victims is that she stay and actually take care of this sicko. So we'll head back this way. And I meant to say before, if you don't answer Liz's questions correctly, I believe that key is not there. So I don't think you're actually given the option of being able to leave or not, unless you answer those questions correctly. Oh God. I've seen something like this before. The living paintings. Except this here is a dead body suspended on wires and tied to a chair.
You're gonna pay for this, you bastard.
So here we have the Mona Lisa imitation. It seems he used a lot of makeup to turn her into the spitting image of the Mona Lisa. We have another door. Skeleton. A fake skeleton. It had probably been used for teaching before it ended up here. There's a bolt. A large metal bolt lies on one of the shelves. So we'll take that. An easel. The doctor probably considers himself quite an artist. And finally a workbench. I could probably make a weapon here. So this is where you can choose to make different weapons, I believe. Let's see. Oops. So what can we combine with this? Maybe the doll's head? It does have that pivot on the side. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe use the saw blade first. There we go. I said secure the top of the weapon now, so that the saw stays in place when I use it. So I think that's what the head is for. Yes. I can take it now. Now I believe the other thing we can do is we have the iron bar. We have the other iron bar. And we have a bolt that we can use to connect them. Bolt needs to be secured in place, otherwise it'll just fall apart. Yeah, I don't think that we do that here. Oh, we need a nut for this one. Okay, so let's see. Is there a nut around here somewhere? Pretty sure I was able to construct both. There's basically two weapons that you can use here. I'm just trying to remember where the other one was. Let's try this door. Here? I can't quite remember. I don't think it makes a huge difference because we still have a usable weapon here. Maybe it's on the screen over here. Yeah, there is one more screen. Okay. There's the Venus imitation. Another poor victim of the Mad Doctor. There's something shiny in one of her fingers. There it is. A metal nut is stuck on her finger like a ring. I could pull it off the finger. I could pull it off if the finger wasn't so swollen and stiff. That's what we use the soap for. Okay. This over here, I believe, is the... Yeah. Over here, I think there's going to be one more screen where the actual doctor is. We have girl with the pearl earring. Her limp body is positioned in the exact same way as the painting. It seems the killer used wire to keep her head tilted to the side. In a locker, rusty metal locker. Let's open it quietly. Good idea. Examine. It's a wrench. Might be useful. Since we have a nut and a bolt, I agree. Okay, here's the workbench again. Now let's see if we can put the rest of this together. Use the nut. Now tighten it with the wrench. Weapons complete. I suppose it's time to go and see the doctor. So we have 2 weapons now. We have a mace. I'm ready for you now, doctor. Bring it on. Let's see what's in your head. And then we have the spear. Looks like the killer's tools of murder will contribute to his own death. So, return to the room. Now, confrontation time.
I don't need eyes to enjoy your fear. Scream louder, little bitch! Scream your lungs out! Louder, I said! Yes, this is by far my favorite of songs. Would you like me to dance for you? Unlike you, I know all art needs to be appreciated. Your scream is like a poem without words.
He's wearing a mask and a blindfold. He's convinced I'm dead and no one knows about this place. Well, looks like you just made a big mistake, you arrogant asshole.
Your body, an instrument. I never thought you had it in you. And yet you make every fiber in my body tremble with excitement. Your body will forever be admired by those like me, who understand the only pure and true form of art.
Now he is literally dancing to her screams. Oops. Don't wanna... Shouldn't get too close without a weapon. He can't see me, but he can still hear me. Good idea. So now we get our choice, basically. The mace, to me, seems a lot more brutal. And while we are choosing to dispose of this sicko, maybe we don't want Susan to end up, you know, getting a bit too brutal on it. I mean, last thing we want is to her to end up being as cruel as this guy is. So I think we're going to go with the spear. Oops. There we go. So here you get to do your, I guess, your... you know, tagline, what you want to say just before you stab him. You'll feel a sharp scratch. What's up, Doc? Do you believe in karma, Doc? See you in hell. Or say absolutely nothing. I think the first time I said absolutely nothing, so I'm going to choose a line this time. I like this one.
What's up, Doc?
Finally got what he deserved. I hope he rots in hell. I've just saved this girl's life, but why do I still feel so angry?
Thank you. Thank you so much. He would have killed me, like the others. The animal.
You gave him what he deserved. Who are you?
They call me the cat lady. Now get out of here. Call the police. I'm going home.